Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, how are you all? I hope all of you are doing well. I'm your science teacher here with the summary of Science Zoom online lecture number 6. Today I'm going to start a new unit, that is unit number 5, the life cycle of a plant. In the previous unit we have discussed about the life cycles of animals. Now in today's unit we are going to discuss the life cycle of a plant. Dear students, as you know that we have variety of plants around us. Our world looks very beautiful because of these plants. Plants are very useful to us because they provide us wood. They provide us fruits and vegetables to eat. They also provide us oxygen to stay alive, and we also make medicines from these plants. Dear students, all of you know how a typical plant looks like. This is a plant. What is this part called? This is called the flower. This is the stem of the plant. On the stem we have green leaves, and this is the underground part of the plant, that is called the roots. So dear students, you have learned that a plant has 4 main parts: leaf, root, stem, flower. What is this part called? This is called a flower. What is it called? It is called as a flower. What is this part called? This is a leaf. What about this part? This is called a stem. And these are the underground part of the plant, and they are known as the roots. Now I am going to discuss the functions of these parts of the plant. What is the function of the flower? The flower develops into a fruit. Inside the fruit we have the seeds, and now the seeds are responsible for the reproduction of the plant. It means plant makes their own copies by sowing the seeds inside the soil. Leaves are grown towards the air and in the sunlight, which helps in a process that is called photosynthesis, in which plants make their own food. Stem carries water from the roots to the leaves. Roots are underground part of the plant, and they absorb water and mineral salts from the soil and carry it to each and every part of the plant. It also anchors the plant to the ground. It means it fixes the plant inside the soil. Dear students, plants are known as producers. All living things need energy from food. Green plants are the only living things that can make their own food. That is why they are known as producers. Producers means those living things which can make their own food. Rest of the living things are dependent on the plants for their food. Therefore, they are known as the consumers. Consumer means those which uses the food of the plants. So, plants are producers, and rest of the living things, for example animals and the human beings, they are known as the consumers. So a food chain always begins with a producer. Why plants are known as producers? Plants are known as producers because they can make their own food from the sunlight energy. How they make their own food? They have a special structure or a part that is called the leaves. In the leaves, what happens that from the air carbon dioxide is absorbed, and from the roots the plant absorbs water and it reaches the leaves. In the leaves, what happens that carbon dioxide and water, they react with each other and glucose is made. Glucose means this is the food which the plants make. How do they make this food? All because of this energy, and that is provided by the sun. So Plants are producers because they can make their own food from the sunlight energy. In the life cycle of a plant, the most important part of the plant is the flower. Why flower is important? Because they help the plant to reproduce. Means I have told you before that this flower is changed into a fruit, and inside the fruit there are seeds, and when those seeds are put in the soil, new plant will grow from it. As I have told you that a flower is changed into a fruit. This is a fruit. Inside the fruit we have the seed. This is a seed, and when we will put this seed inside the soil, what will happen? A new baby plant will arise from this seed, and then later on it will grow into a young plant. Now I am going to discuss this fact about the reproduction of a plant by means of this example. This is a plant of a strawberry. Now in a strawberry plant, what happens that these flowers, once they were in the form of bud, later on they develop into this full-fledged flower. Then this flower was converted into a young fruit. Later on this fruit becomes ripened. Inside this fruit there were small seeds, and when these seeds were either fall on the ground or you sow it in the soil, new plants will grow from it. Now I am going to discuss another example. What is this fruit called? This fruit is called a pomegranate. In the pomegranate we have a number of seeds. When these seeds are put in the soil, new baby plants grow from those seeds. Then later on they grow a step more. After a few days they become young plants. Later on these young plants, they were changed into adult trees. Then in those trees new flowers began to grow. Now these flowers, they were changed into the pomegranate fruit, and this is how a life cycle of a plant takes place. This is the end of today's lecture. See you again soon. Until then, Allah Hafiz.